Play the game. Separation versus unity. The state of separation prevalent in a modern society is a state of constant anxiety. When we feel separated, everything seems like a possible threat. We are incomplete and can't help but develop a pathological behavior in order to cope with an absolutely devastating mental landscape. The feeling of being separated is a breeding ground for many existential fears, while the feeling of connectedness transforms perception into a playful experience. In simple terms, when our minds become more quiet, our feeling of connected unity increases, and in contrast, when we let our minds ruminate and dive into what Eastern practices call the monkey chatter, the feeling of unity diminishes, and we feel more separated again. The core essence of unity philosophy is fluidity, which can be described as an optimal alignment with the stream of totality. There is no point to go against this stream, since we're in it, immersed in it, made from it, and it makes us possible in the first place. So this recognition that we are a part of a whole, and therefore it is crucial to be in sync with it, is adding yet another layer to our existence and expanding our reality into a meaningful and coherent unity. Fluidity of one's own perception of self, in essence, removes obstacles that prevent us from achieving optimal flow in any experience. It works to clear the flow conduits, remove clutter that prevent fluid response to reality, and shortly it puts us in a state of fluid alignment with the unified field. This alignment brings joy, peace, and harmony to an individual mind, making life worth living. Unity is a state of unbelievable bliss. In order to joyfully play with our own reality, we need to take into account the fluctuation of the experience, and by doing so, we are perceiving it more and more as fluid and in a state of constant flow. Any state that is perceived as fixed imposes different characteristics to that perception, as if not fixed. And any state that is fixed will inevitably lead to a stale perception of it because of an iron rule of hedonic adaptation. This also means that the experience of unity itself needs fluctuation, needs dynamics for our perception, even to be able to observe it. Even if one state could exist, we would lose the perception of it. Everything is in a dynamic state of flux on the level of unity and on the level of our own individual and collective reality. By observing and finding connectedness on its wavy up and down curve, we are, to a certain degree, already there, in heaven, nirvana, samadhi, or we call it unity. It is here, it is now, it is reachable. We can experience unity within a certain level of intensity, but taking into account that it fluctuates and is never quite the same, liberates us from false fixed goals, cures us of a destination disease, and brings a general sense of satisfaction and contentment. By recognizing the illusion of self that's generated by the prefrontal cortex, we are able to experience pockets of unity of different intensity and lengths. It gives us transient, temporary unveiling of the awareness of the unified field and allows us to exist graciously in awareness of this reality. It gives us control over the perceived unity and ability to be deeply grounded at the same time. This gives us an overwhelming joy of constant rediscovery and expansion through polarized experiences of both states, unity and individuality. When we experience unity, all of these anxieties cease to exist, vanish. And this doesn't mean that it's an escapist kind of way. There just isn't anyone there to process it. The parts of our brain that force an illusion of separation upon us are now silenced, and we are able to perceive unity and, for the moment, be one with everything. This changes our perception, since we are able to understand that we are a part of everything. By tapping into the awareness of both layers of reality, we are able to walk in two worlds and infuse wisdom and sacredness into our existence. It's like democratizing our direct access to the source that makes our life sacred and meaningful, and our society harmonized and coherent. Make life truly worth investing energy, focus, and awe.